the EBS Multi-Comp compressor pedal. This is kind of a review of the pedal. There's a lot of demos online that tell you what it sounds like. To me, for something you can put in the gig bag and turn off, this was the best one. At least it was my favorite. However, I'm making this video for another problem. Is, you know, the chain is only as strong as its weakest link. Well, in this case, this thing has, try to get it here, a pedal, a switch for a passive and active bass. I have an active bass, and the switch, the button is broken. It no longer distinguishes. So what happens is, I get a lot of distortion when I use it. So basically, it's useless. And I called the repair place. They wanted too much to fix it. I mean, it costs as much to fix it. It cost me about $200, and the power supply was $40. So I don't know. I guess it's kind of up to you whether you think $100 to fix it is too much. But what I'm going to do, and if it doesn't work, you'll never see this video, but what I'm going to do is take it apart and see if there's a way I can bypass this switch. Basically, my idea is the switch basically switches between the passive and the active, and I just want to hardwire it so it's always in the active mode. Okay? After some effort, trying to figure out what was going on, because I am not an electronics guy. I'm just a frustrated consumer. Basically, what I wanted was for the switch to stay on. So what I did when I got it apart, after looking at my caveman options, I said, what if I took the spring off? So basically, since I already did it, I'll just kind of show you, but there was a spring on the thing that pushed it out. Oops. So there's a lock and a spring that kind of work together, and it wasn't that hard. There was a spring held on by this little clip, and this is the button that was on the outside of the pedal. It's just an extension of this white button. So once I took the clip off, then the spring came right off. And with the spring off, basically I just pushed the button in, and without the spring to push it back out, it just stayed on. So I think that'll work. I mean, the spring, neither the spring nor the clip was holding the button in place. So whatever little locking mechanism is back there, I know you can't see it, but there's a little lever and a indented piece of copper that holds the switch in place. It's on right now, so I'm going to put it back together and see what I get. Success! It seems to work. I got it back together, hooked it back up. Basically, as you can see, the button is no longer there, and because the way the button was configured to have it on was what I wanted. I guess it would have worked either way, but because I have an active bass. I was getting distortion from the pedal because I needed that button to be on, and it wouldn't lock in place. So took the spring off, put it on, and took the button off. So basically it just stays on. That's Jason's free fix for the EBS compressor pedal. And since it worked, and I'll play a little bit just to show you the different modes. I like this pedal. You know, it's in a nice solid box. Everything's good about it except for that little baby button, you know. And the way I use it is I put it in the gig bag and I take it with me. That's how I want to use it. I'm the customer. I shouldn't have to explain to them, you know, to justify myself when I call. But most of the time with these companies that make music stuff, when you call them, if you're not Billy Sheehan, and I'm not, then they act like, well, why are you calling me? You know, don't bother us. But, you know, I shopped around. I paid $200 for this pedal, and that's the one I wanted. I want it to work. So, barring any, you know, major troubleshooting of the switch itself, that was an easy fix. So now let's see if I can. I've only got one hand because I got to hold the camera, but here it is without. They have 3 modes, a tube mode, multi-band mode, which is the one I like, and the normal mode. I like to set the gain, so it's basically whether it's on or off, I get the same thing. And I use that because sometimes when I'm playing some fingerstyle stuff, I don't necessarily want it on. I like to have a little more control over the dynamics. And since the compressor has kind of the effect of making everything the same, bringing the lows up and the highs down, you lose a little bit of the dynamics. So, you know, sometimes it doesn't matter, but anyway, that's what I got, and got it fixed, and thanks for watching.